KKK. And there's a lot of people that are ignorant that believe what Keith Olbermann is saying, what MSNBC is saying, what CNN is saying, what Bill O'Reilly is saying, what Glenn Beck is saying. They don't even know the difference because they've been lied to so long by the mainstream media, they've almost become a schizophrenic. And so the reality is, we don't really know why that young man was murdered a couple days ago on the streets of downtown Portland, who likely also went to this protest on Monday. My suspicion is it is possible that he knew too much. It's like the old phrase goes, dead men don't talk. And so things are certainly heating up here in the streets of Portland, Oregon. We're getting ready to experience across the nation, across the planet, a whole wave of civil unrest. And it's in the government's best interest to infiltrate protests, to engage in COINTELPRO like they did in the 1970s to derail the momentum that we already have going. We're upset we're losing our homes. Our country's turned into a police state. Our country on a regular basis engages in false flag terror. They're building up a surveillance society. And it's like no one seems to be able to be intelligent enough or not dumbed down enough to connect the dots and realize the feds are infiltrating the protest movements across the planet. Here's another example. His name is Hal Turner. And every black person out there should know the name of Hal Turner. If you don't, you ought to be very ashamed of yourself if you don't know who Hal Turner is. Hal Turner is a white Nazi supremacist talk show host that was paid by the FBI hundreds of thousands of dollars calling for white people to lynch blacks. Now, if you don't know this is going on, there's something wrong. When MSNBC says if you don't like Obama, you're a racist, you ought to go, well, wait a minute. Why is the FBI paying racists to go out there to rile people up for the day that comes, the economy crashes, so maybe they can have some sort of a race war? I mean, this is where they're going to take the country when they implode it. That's why they chose a black man to crash the economy and bring on martial law in World War III. Obama's a black Bush. There's no difference. We're still in the same plantation. We're still slaves in this international global empire. I mean, how dumbed down can you be? I mean, what the heck's in your water? What's in your food? What's on the TV? To the point where we don't understand we've been conned again. Now, I want to get your thoughts on what's going on in Portland with a black blog, with Hal Turner being paid by the FBI hundreds of thousands of dollars to tell white people to lynch up blacks, to put them up on ropes. I mean, he was given a whole CNN 10-minute special to spew his hateful message. No accountability, and it came out in court recently that he was saying what he was saying because he thought it was within the law. The reason that he was in court recently is because he called for several federal judges to be murdered. Yet he said, wait a minute, I thought this was okay. I thought you were paying me to do this. In reality, it appears he crosses the line, or he was biting the hand that fed him. So I urge you all to go home and Google Hal Turner. If you are home, go ahead and take a look at some of the reports. And it's admitted. It was admitted he was a national security asset. And for some reason, the FBI has all these different guys out there in these different organizations trying to rally people around violence, getting guns, preparing to go to war, whether it be with a racial group, a minority group, or a political group. I mean, we've got anarchists in Canada that have been caught working with the police red-handed. There was one professor, one leader of a local activist movement, and these guys were carrying bricks, and they were carrying other things. They were carrying bottles. And he pretty much walked right up to him and be like, hey, cops go home. Cops go home. And what did they do? What did the supposed anarchists do? They looked towards the riot cops for help. I mean, what do you do when your back is against the wall and you're in trouble? You look towards your bros. You look towards your buddies to bail you out. And if you watch this clip, type in Agent Provocateurs caught in Montebello, Canada. And you will actually see the documentation for yourself of them going behind the police line, gently laying down, putting their hands behind their back, and gently being lifted up and carried away. Whenever a provocateur is identified at a protest, the police conveniently remove them from the scene of the crime. The reason many in the black bloc wear masks is not to protect their identity themselves from the police, but from people like yours truly, from people that know that the movement's been co-opted. Now, here's something else. Aaron Campbell was black, and there was a lot of concern that, he was killed because he was black. That's why you saw so many African Americans coming together protesting the murder of this man that was killed in cold blood with an AR-15. But how many African Americans did you see at the Black Bloc protests? Did you see racial unity? Did you see togetherness? Do you see racial unity when you look at the anti-war protests in Portland, Oregon? You just see a sea of whites, a sea of white faces. And it's like the reality is, I have pneumonia, by the way. This is why my voice is shot from bullhorning in the rain on Monday, but I am getting better. That's why I'm looking forward to your phone calls at 503-288-4442 so I can breathe every few minutes and, again, every now and then. But unless we can come together, despite what you look like, what color your largest organ on your body is, your skin, unless you get that through your thick skull that we all bleed red, we all breathe the same air, and we're all affected by the police state. It's not all about racial profiling. They've got all our numbers, so we've got to get their number and expose what they're doing because we're powerful in numbers. When we put aside that racial BS, political beliefs, religious beliefs, and we come together on the issues that affect us all, whether it's Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, LA, New York, Miami, DC, Chicago, Detroit. It don't matter what color you are. It don't matter what city you're in. In fact, it doesn't even matter what nation you're in. Because I'll tell you what, we're going to look a hell of a lot like Africa one day. The way things are going, the level of apathy. Oh, I'm only cared about myself and my own little gain, my own little job, my own little dog bowl and dog biscuit. Because goddamn right, a lot of you are acting nothing like a bunch of dogs. A dog that loves his master. Oh, master, I love my master because he feeds me. Big brother feeds me. Now, this is why a dog loves his master when he comes home, because he feeds him on a regular basis. There's the food there, there's the water there, and over time there's some sort of oh, so they're the ones that give me life. Oh, so they're the ones that give me freedom. Oh, Obama. Oh, Bush. Oh, Nixon. Oh, Clinton. Oh, whoever's going to be the next puppet in 2012 to continue this march into the draconian New World Order system that we're all going into globally. There's going to be more wars. There's going to be more economic crashes all over the planet. And again, more people going into the military so they can feed themselves. Oh, master, feed me. I'm so happy. You gave me a job. Oh, thank you. Who would you like me to kill? Which Arab would you like me to murder? Which Persian would you like me to rape? Which Afghan would you like me to blow his goddamn brains out? Because in this country, there's only whites and blacks. Oh, Arabs are subhumans. There's only white and black issues. There's only Hispanic issues. The Arabs, they say niggas. We don't even got to worry about them. We don't even got to think about them. After all, we've got 9/11. Oh, so they hold that big 9/11 lie over your head. You've got no idea how many black blockers think the Arabs really caused 9/11. I mean, they think they're anti-establishment. They think they're anti-government. They claim they're anti-oppression. They claim they're anti-racist. And yet, they hang out with a guy named Zachariah Bucharest, who brags about killing Palestinians and those in Gaza, who currently now is a student at Portland State University. You can look at his YouTube channel. I mean, Serbian police force just grabbing girls, just throw them against the wall. I mean, it's like, oh, tribute videos. Oh, blood, yeah, just bust their teeth out. And then he prances up into Portland State University, and he's like, the time for violence is soon. I've got guns and ammunition and Molotov cocktails. You want to join me, my bro? Come on. I'm a black blocker. I'm a thug. And you see all the little girls with little butts, nice little waist, looking all hot and everything, hanging out on their black block brothers with their little masks, thinking they're a part of something cool. They're looking around going, is this a party? I mean, completely clueless that you are not a party, little girl. You are at the beginning of the next American Revolution, and these guys you're hanging out with are doing nothing to change America into something beautiful and wonderful. They've come here to burn things, break things, and do their part to sick the police on all of us and give us all a bad name. Get those anarchists to talk about the issues. Get the black bloc to talk about 9/11. Get the black bloc to talk about how we're going to be a sustainable community in the post-crash America, working together, bartering together, loving one another, and becoming more conscious, and put aside this racial division BS that's kept our people in bondage for a millennium. And longer than that, just since the dawn of time, we've been facing these issues. But man is his worst enemy. You can blame the government all you want, but if you choose to fall into line, like come into line in a big, giant FEMA camp with big widescreen TVs saying the government loves you, they're going to give you food stamps, they're going to give you this, it's the New Deal, you're not going to have to pay your bills anymore, everything's going to be fine, we're going to print money out of thin air in this giant machine called the Federal Reserve, and you're going to continue to dance your ass off like it's 1929. Da, 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 party